Okay, let's take a look at number 6. So in number 6, we can see that we are infiltrated with tons of fractions. So the goal here is to get rid of the fractions as soon as possible because fractions make life difficult. So to get rid of the fractions, we want to multiply through by a number that will get rid of 2, 3, and 5. Now, the way that I said to do this is to take multiples of 5 and keep multiplying them out until you find one that works for everything. So, in other words, does 2 go into 5? No. Okay, so 5 is not going to work. Does 2 go into 10? Yes. 10 divided by 2 is 5. But does 3 go into 10? No. Even when I'm saying this, obviously I'm saying evenly, right? So 3 does go into 10. It goes 3 and 1/3 times. Does 2 go into 15 evenly? No. Does 2 go into 20? Yes. But 3 doesn't. Does 25 work? No. 30 is clearly the first one that works. And there are other ways of doing this. However, I think this is the clearest way to approach it. And it's not always the easiest way, but for most of the scenarios that I see that you guys get exposed to, it's pretty much going to work every single time. So we're going to distribute 30 to each of these, which means I'm going to rewrite it with 30 in front of every term. So, 1 second, plus 30 over 3 equals 30 times 40 plus 6x over 5. Okay? So we did that, and now we're going to, the reason why we did this is so that we could divide these. So, in other words, 32 goes into 30 15 times, 3 goes into 30 10 times, 5 goes into 36 times. So this leaves me with 15 times 3x plus 7 plus 10, 2x minus 1 equals 6 times 40 plus 6x. Okay, so this is nice because this simplifies the problem down to just where we have to do massive distribution. So let's go ahead and do that. So 15 times 3 is 45. 15 times 7 is 105. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times negative 1 is negative 10. 6 times 40 is 240. 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, so we just basically distribute it all the way through. From here, we combine like terms. So we have 45 and 20. Put those together, we get 65x. Then we have 105 minus 10, which is 95. And then in the back side, everything's still the same. Okay, so let's put together like terms. So I'm going to put the x's together, so I'm going to subtract 36x from both sides. This is going to be 15, this is 5, so this is going to end up giving me 29x plus 95 equals 240. Then we're going to subtract 95 from both sides. And this is going to give me 10, 13, 1, so this is going to be 5, 4, 1, is 29x. And then, to finish it off, we're going to divide by 29. And let's see here, was 145 divisible by 29? It's kind of strange, but what I always do is I look and I see this digit of 5, the ones place. So I ask myself, does 29 times 5, what's going to happen there? And I can already guesstimate, actually I can already tell you whether it's going to work, but from guesstimating, I already know I'm going to get a 5 in the ones place, because there's this 5. And 22 times 5 is 10, so of course I'm going to bring up the 4, so it's going to give me 145. Okay, so 5 ends up working. So it's kind of a guess and check method for me at this point, what I like to do, just to get a ballpark region. Of course, you can always just try to divide 29 to 145 and just brute force it as well. Okay, but in any case, 5 ends up working, and that is our answer.